All right, so my name is Brittany Edwards. Today is July 13th, 2021. I'm in Bio 225, and this is the bacterial enumeration lab number 3. This is my card, Brittany Edwards, Bio 225, the date. So I kind of got started already. I already poured a 4 teaspoon of yeast into a cup, and I went ahead and poured water into it, 2 tablespoons of water into it, and shook it, and I'm letting it sit. It's been about 3 minutes, so I'm kind of, well, maybe more, about 5 minutes. I'm waiting for it to be frothy. I do have my alcohol cup with my pipette in it, and I have my things labeled already, 10-1 through 10-6, as well as my dishes down here, 10-1 through 6. Perfect. And I also have my distilled water that is right in front of the camera. I'm going to place this camera so that way we see everything. So this is my distilled water. So again, I have my alcohol, yeast I already did, a couple more minutes on that. I have these labeled already, 10-1 through 6, my water, and my dishes, 10-1 through 6. Okay, so while I'm waiting on the yeast, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So as I was reading, it was telling me to do the yeast label, and then it was telling me to make sure this right here, the alcohol, the pipette is completely sterile. So I pipette for about 20 seconds and it fell. It's kind of been soaking, so I'm sure it's sterile already. But just to be sure. Okay, so I'm going to make sure everything's expelled. Oh, I thought you were able to see me this whole time. Let me move this water. So I've just been putting the alcohol in and out. I'm going to shake it, make sure all the alcohol's out. And keep squeezing. And it's all out. Let me fix my mask because it is falling off. Okay. Perfect. So then I'm going to get my distilled water, and it tells me I need 2.25. So this only goes up to 1. So I'm going to need 2 of the 1s. It's not coming up right. There we go. Avoid the tips. So 1 more. And then I am now going to get the 2.5. Just a tiny bit. Perfecto. And this is in each tube. So I'm going to do that in all of them. I'm just going to do the 2 in these ones, since the 2-5 is what takes a while. There we go. I just need the 2 5s. There we go. Perfect. So they all have 2.25 ml of distilled water in each tube. This has been sitting for about 10 minutes now. My yeast. So I am going to bring this over here so you guys can see better. Okay, so now it says swirl the yeast solution to disperse evenly. So I'm swirling. It then tells me to pipette 0.25 of the S. cerevisiae solution, which is the yeast, into test tube 10-1. Pipette the solution down several times to ensure all organisms are rinsed from the pipette into the test tube. Okay. So I think this is good and even. So I am going to get 0.2. So it's more than that. So I'm going to start pouring out. Perfect. Now it's telling me, pick this up. It's telling me to pipette down to make sure all of it is even, and I rinsed it all out. Whoop. This thing is so small. Okay. So then it is then telling me, I'm going to pause this real quick. So I am now done with the yeast. So it is now telling me, so this is 10-1 right here. It is telling me to get 0.25 of 10-1 and put into the solution 10-2. So 0.25. And right there. I'm going to make sure I evenly rinse it. And that went into 10-2. So I'm going to repeat 10-2 and just 0.25 into 10-3. Rinse and rinse. And I'm gonna keep going. And 10-4 is back here. Rinse and rinse. So from 10-4 to 10-5, rinse, rinse. From 10-5 to 10-6, rinse and rinse. Okay, make sure I got it all out. I'm gonna now put the pipette in the alcohol. So now I am going to open these so that way it's easy access for myself. And I wasn't supposed to put this in alcohol, so hopefully it doesn't hurt it. I don't think it will. It tells me to put it in the distilled water and rinse. No alcohol got in it, so I don't think it will affect. So then I am now going to pipette 0.125 ml. So 0.75. Okay. So I'm gonna 0.125, which is about 4 drops, it's saying. And I'm gonna pipette that into the plates. So about there we go, 0.125 into, now I'm gonna put this back into the water, not the alcohol this time. And it says, place the cover on the plate, swirl the plate gently. So I'm placing the cover on the plate. And I'm gonna swirl it gently. Just swirling it gently. That's 10-1. Okay, and it says repeat the steps through 10 sits. So I'm gonna rinse this pipette out. Grab 10-2. Not coming up right. There we go. Putting this back in the water. Putting the 10-2 top back on and swirling. So 10-3, I'm gonna do the same. I'm just doing 2.75s. That's how I'm calculating it. Ooh, that was close. Putting the top on and doing a little swirl. I wish these would screw close. I feel like they're gonna fall. It's gonna make me a little nervous. Okay. So last 3. 10-4, same thing. There we go. Putting the pipette in distilled water and cleaning it. Top on. Doing a little swirl. Okay. Uh-oh, these fall so easily. Same thing for 10-5. Putting this in distilled water, cleaning the pipette, putting this top on, and swirling. Uno mas, last one. Pipette is nice and clean. Perfecto. Putting this in there, putting this on, and swirling. Okay, now that I swirled, okay, so now that I'm done with that, it's telling me to dispose of the yeast, clean the test tubes with soap and water, and return them to the kit. Sterilize the graduate pipette with alcohol and return it to the kit. And of course, I'm gonna clean and wipe down with bleach, the bleach solution. And these are gonna incubate for about 48 hours. In 48 hours, I'm gonna record again and do a video. Hopefully this comes out right. But I'm gonna see how it is gonna do in about 48 hours. So it's telling me that I need to check in 12 hours, and then I'm gonna invert the dish and incubate for another 36 hours. So I will do a video in 12 hours, and then I will do one in 36 hours. So perfect. Thank you, and I will do the part 2.